pleasant afternoon to one and all here. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome this distinguished gathering to the panel discussion on AI in healthcare, organized as a part of TechMed'26 academic research conclave under the initiative of computational intelligence and medical technology. A center of excellence under the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Faculty of Engineering and Technology, in the collaboration with the Faculty of Medical Science at Dr. M.G.R. Educational and Research Institute. This session aims to explore the transformative role of artificial intelligence in the modern healthcare. For diagnosis and predictive analytics to the patient care, medical research, and intelligent healthcare system. Today's discussion brings together eminent medical professionals, researchers, scientists, and academicians whose expertises and insights will help us better understanding the future of AI-driven healthcare innovation. A panel discussion serves as a platform where knowledge meets experience and innovation meets practical application. We are truly honored to have with us distinguished experts from the field of medicine, research, and technology who will share their valuable perspectives on the evolving impact of artificial intelligence in healthcare. We shall now proceed with the introduction of our respected moderator and the panel members.
Now we request Dr. G. Vishwanathan Sir, Rector, to give presidential address.
Respected panel speakers on the dais, distinguished faculties, dear students, I am extremely happy to note that Department of Computer Science and Engineering is organizing this program very effectively. On behalf of these faculties, I extend a very warm welcome for the speakers. It is an honor to stand before you today at this gathering of bright minds who are redefining the frontiers of technology and human well-being. Our topic, artificial intelligence in healthcare, is not merely about algorithms or automation. It is about how intelligence, when digitized and democratized, can extend life, reduce suffering, and make healthcare more accessible to all. Let me begin with the line from Dr. Eric Topol, a pioneer in digital medicine. The greatest gift of AI in medicine will be giving back the gift of time for doctors to care and for patients to heal. The healthcare sector is undergoing one of the most profound digital transformations in history. AI today is not an abstract idea. It is embedded in diagnosis, drug discovery, hospital operations, and even patient engagement. Deep learning models can read radiology, scans with accuracy on par with expert radiologists. AI systems like Google's DeepMind have achieved early detection of eye diseases and cancers. Algorithms analyze genomic data and customize treatment for patient. The AlphaFold project's AI-powered protein structure prediction is accelerating drug discovery at pace once thought impossible. AI chatbots and NLP-driven assistants help doctors summarize medical notes, retrieve patient data, and schedule follow-ups efficiently, reducing burnout and human error. This is not the future. It is happening now. Historically, healthcare has been reactive, responding after illness strikes. AI is shifting the paradigm to predictive and preventive care. Machine learning models now analyze the patient's histories, biomarkers, and wearable device data to forecast risk before symptoms appear. Imagine a smartwatch that alerts you of a trial fibrillation before it becomes a stroke, or an AI system that detects early stage Alzheimer's years in advance through stable speech pattern changes. These are not speculative. Such solutions are already emerging in clinical trials and tech labs worldwide. India's momentum in AI-driven health innovation stands at a strategic intersection of technology, talent, and healthcare need. Startups like Niramai are leveraging AI-based thermal imaging for early breast cancer detection. Cure, Curie AI using deep learning interprets X-rays and CT scans in seconds, bringing diagnostic support to resource-limited settings. Visa, an Indian origin mental health AI companion, is now used globally for emotional well-being support. Government initiatives like Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission are integrating AI into healthcare, telehealth, and electronic health records, building the foundation for a digital data-driven healthcare ecosystem that could serve over 1 billion citizens. This is a pivotal moment for India to lead not just on software exports, but AI for health innovation and social impact. Ethical, regulatory, and human challenges. With great computational power comes great responsibility. As AI enters the clinical space, ethical and governance frameworks must evolve simultaneously. We must ensure data privacy and informed consent remain inviolable. Algorithms are explainable and free from bias. AI supports doctors. It does not replace clinical judgment or compassion. The ultimate purpose of health technology must remain human health, not just system efficiency. The World Health Organization's 2021 guidelines on AI ethics call for human oversight, transparency, and inclusivity. These principles should guide every startup, hospital, and policymaker working in this field. The road ahead, collaboration and convergence. To harness AI's full potential in healthcare, we must foster collaboration across domains. Technologists bring algorithms and data models. Clinicians bring biological understanding and ethical judgment. Policy leaders ensure that innovation scales responsibly and equitably. Academic institutions must introduce AI in healthcare curricula, data sharing frameworks, and interdisciplinary research hubs. Industry partnership can accelerate translation from prototype to patient. As we look toward 2030, we can envision a health system where diagnosis is instant, treatment is personalized, and access is universal. That future belong to those who can blend code with care and intelligence with empathy. To the young minds in this hall, the next big medical discovery may not come from a laboratory test tube, but from an algorithm you design. In conclusion, AI with a human heart. In closing, it is remember artificial intelligence is only as powerful as the human intelligence and values guiding it. AI will not replace doctors, nurses, or researchers, but those who embrace AI will certainly redefine what healthcare can achieve. Let us build an ecosystem where technology amplifies humanity, where data saves lives, and where innovation leads to inclusion. The next revolution in medicine will not be written in biology alone. It will be co-authored by data scientists, doctors, and dreamers. I wish the program all success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words. Now, to introduce our esteemed moderator, Dr. S. Balamurugan, Professor, Department of Respiratory Medicine, for today's panel discussion, I invite our student representative, Ms. Saranya from third year CSE, to kindly come forward and present his profile to this august gathering.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a great honor and privilege to introduce our esteemed guest, Dr. S. Balamurugan sir, a highly respected name in the field of respiratory medicine and diabetology. Dr. Balamurugan sir began his medical journey by completing his MBBS from JJM Medical College, Davangere. He further specialized with a diploma in tuberculosis and chest diseases and a DNB in respiratory medicine from the Institute of Thoracic Medicine, Madras Medical College, Chennai. He also holds a postgraduate certificate in diabetology. With over 2 decades of experience, he has made a significant contributions to both clinical practice and medical education. He currently serves as a professor in the Department of Pulmonary, Critical Care and Sleep Medicine at ACS Medical College and Hospital, Chennai. He is also the director and principal investigator at the Chennai Chest and Diabetes Research Institute, actively contributing to research and innovation in healthcare. His dedication to patient care and medical advancement has earned him great respect. Dr. Balamurugan sir is a member of several prestigious organizations, including the Indian Medical Association, Indian Chest Society, European Respiratory Society, and the American Diabetes Association, reflecting his commitment to excellence. His journey is truly inspiring and marked by hard work, dedication, and a passion for making a difference in people's lives. Today, we are truly fortunate to have such a distinguished personality among us to share his valuable insights and knowledge. With great respect and admiration, let us extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to Dr. S. Balamurugan, sir. Thank you.
As a token of our gratitude and respect, I now invite Dr. D. Vishwanathan sir, Rector, to kindly come forward and felicitate our esteemed moderator.
To introduce one of the distinguished panel member, Dr. S. Kirubakaran, Senior Assistant Professor, Community Medicine, Chennai. I invite our student representative, Mrs. Nivedita from 3rd year CSE, to kindly present the profile.
A very good morning to one and all present here. It is a great honor and privilege to welcome our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Kirubakaran sir. Dr. Kirubakaran is associated with the Department of Community Medicine and Medical Education at Government Omandurar Medical College. He is a passionate medical educator, qualitative researcher, and an academic mentor who has made significant contributions to the field of medical education and faculty department. With a strong interest in mentorship and gamification in medical education, Dr. Kirubakaran has been actively working towards creating engaging and innovating learning experiences for students and educators alike. His dedication to academic networking, leadership, and nurturing young talents reflects his commitment to building future healthcare professionals. He holds an MD in Community Medicine from Pondicherry University and has extensive experience in organizing academic programs, workshops, and interactive learning initiatives. Currently serving as a senior assistant professor, Sir continues to inspire students through his dynamic teaching approach and research activities. Dr. Kirubakaran is also known for promoting interdisciplinary learning, qualitative research, and AI integration in medical education, helping bridge the gap between technology and healthcare learning. We are truly delighted to have such an inspiring educator and researcher among us today. His journey, passion, and dedication are a source of motivation for all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a warm welcome to our respected chief guest, Dr. Kirubakaran sir. We welcome you, sir.
I now invite Dr. Vishwanathan sir, Rector, to kindly come forward and felicitate Dr. S. Kirubakaran sir as a mark of our appreciation.
Dr. N. Sudhakar, Scientist, ICMR National Institute of Research in Tuberculosis, Chennai. I invite Ms. Mithila from 3rd year CSE to present his profile.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a great honor and privilege to welcome our esteemed guest, Dr. Sudhakar Nadarajan, an academic scientist, researcher, innovator, and academician whose contribution to molecular biology, infectious disease research has created a remarkable impact in the scientific community. Dr. Sudhakar currently serves as Scientist C at ICMR NIT Chennai, one of India's premier medical research institute. With expertise in molecular virology, transcriptomics, tuberculosis, HIV researches, bioinformatics, and emerging viral infections, his work bridges advanced science with a real-world healthcare solution. What makes his journey truly inspiring is his vast experience across both academia and national research, from serving as an associate professor at Dr. M.G.R. Educational Research Institute to working as a postdoctoral visiting fellow at National Cancer Institute, USA. Dr. Sudhakar Sir has constantly demonstrated excellence in research and innovation. He is leading several prestigious high-budget national research projects and has published numerous papers in reputed international journals. Adding to his achievement, he is also patent holder for Diagnostic Kit, showcasing his contribution towards advanced medical diagnostics. His dedication and brilliance have earned multiple recognition, including award for outstanding research presentation and invitation to deliver expert talks at national and international conference. Beyond his remarkable scientific achievements, Dr. Sudhakar is widely admired for his passion towards mentoring young researchers and students. His ability to combine deep scientific knowledge with the practical innovation has inspired many aspiring scientists in the field of biotechnology, molecular diagnostics, medical research. Through his lectures, workshops, and international collaboration, he continued to shape the next generation of research. Today, we are very fortunate to have such an inspiring personality with us. Let us welcome Dr. Sudhakar Nadarajan with a round of applause.
I invite Dr. D. Vishwanathan sir, Rector, to kindly come forward and felicitate Dr. N. Sudhakar sir.
To introduce our another distinguished panel member, Dr. E. Sivabalan, Professor and HOD, Chennai, I invite Ms. Abhinaya from third year CSE to kindly come forward and present the profile.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my privilege to introduce our esteemed guest for today, Dr. Shivabalan Elangovan, a distinguished psychiatrist, academician, and writer. Dr. Shivabalan is currently serving as a professor and head of the Department of Psychiatry at Sri Lalitambika Medical College Hospital, Chennai. He completed his MBBS from KAPV Government Medical College, Trichy in 2004 and went on to pursue his MD in psychiatry from Government Stanley Medical College, Chennai, with a completed in 2011. An exceptional achiever, he is an university gold medalist in MD Psychiatry from Tamil Nadu Dr. M.G.R. Medical University. He has also contributed significantly to academics, having been associated with Dr. M. Tirunavukarasu in authoring psychiatric textbooks such as Schizophrenia Today and Mood Disorder Today. Dr. Shivabalan has played an active role in public service as an advisor and resource person for the Tamil Nadu Government School Education Department, conducting numerous training programs for both students and teachers. He is also a member of School Curriculum Development Committee. Beyond medicine, he is a prolific writer, having published 20 books in Tamil. His novel Uyarnadi earned him the prestigious Sujata Award in 2019. He is also a familiar face on television, having appeared as a chief guest on programs like Nia Nana and contributes regularly as a column writer in leading newspaper and magazine. With his vast experience, dedication, and contribution to both medicine and literature, we are truly honored to have him with us today. Let us warmly welcome Dr. Shivabalan Ilangovan sir. Welcome, sir.
I now invite Dr. S. Cyril Raj sir, Additional Registrar, to kindly come forward and felicitate Dr. E. Sivabalan sir as a token of our gratitude.
To introduce our concluding panel member, Dr. G. Rajesh, Associate Professor, Department of Information Technology, I invite Ms. Jahnavi from second year CSE to present his profile.
Respected guests, faculty, and students, it is with great pleasure and honor that we welcome our esteemed guest, Dr. Rajesh Ganeshan sir. His remarkable journey in the field of academics and research is truly inspiring and a matter of pride. Dr. Rajesh Ganeshan sir currently serves as an associate professor in the Department of Information Technology at Anna University. With over 18 years of experience in teaching and research, he holds a PhD in Information and Communication Engineering from Anna University. His areas of expertise include Internet of Things IoT, wireless sensor networks, data analytics, and software engineering. His professional achievements reflect his dedication and excellence with numerous research publications, 5 authored books, 2 edited books, and 3 published patents. He has also secured funded research projects with over rupees 72 lakhs from organizations such as DST and Anna University, contributing to advancements in emerging technologies. His achievements include prestigious recognitions like the Drona Award from IBM India and Best NSS Program Officer Award from Anna University. He has also contributed to institutional development through roles such as NSS Coordinator and Placement in Charge. Today, we are privileged to hear from him about his professional journey and the challenges he has navigated, and the insights he has gained through his extensive experience. His knowledge and experiences will undoubtedly inspire and guide us. Please join me in extending a heartfelt and respectful welcome to Dr. Rajesh Ganeshan, sir. Thank you.
I request Dr. S. Cyril Raj sir, Additional Registrar, to come forward and felicitate Dr. G. Rajesh sir. Diverse domains of healthcare, research, and technology, we are certain that today's discussion will provide valuable insights into the growing influence of artificial intelligence in healthcare systems and medical innovation. We now respectfully hand over the session to our esteemed moderator, Dr. S. Balamurugan sir, to lead the panel discussion on AI in healthcare.
This one or this one? All right. I'll use that. Healthcare. We all know artificial intelligence has created inroads into the field of medicine, especially on how we diagnose and treat our patients, education in medicine field, apart from that research, and of course our communication with the patients. So we do have an elite panel of panelists over here. So the basic thing is today's session is not going to be pertaining to medicine alone. This involves multiple specialities to give a holistic approach on how artificial intelligence is going to be having an impact in the field of medicine. So over the next 1 hour, we'll try to explore what is the real world application of artificial intelligence and what are all the ethical as well as the legal requirements. And apart from that, what is going to be the future direction of artificial intelligence, especially in the field of healthcare. So I would strongly encourage all the audience to actively participate in the discussions so that it becomes fruitful for everyone. So can we go to the first slide? This one works, right? Right. So I think all our panelists have been introduced to you people. We have got 4 elite panelists. So we'll go first question to all the panelists. What is artificial intelligence? Can I have a mic?
So, yes.
Give it to them. Yeah. So what does artificial intelligence in healthcare mean to you? I think all the panelists can answer, starting from you, sir.
Very good afternoon, one and all. So thank you for inviting me to this wonderful session. And sir have asked us a very important questions like what does AI in healthcare mean to you? So healthcare is an umbrella term. Under healthcare, we have medical education, clinical practice, research, and biotechnology, medical technologies and things. And definitely it's an like a great invention, and it's going to be very minimalistic of the manpower, and it's going to be help in all the money, material and everything. And in detail, if we go into these questions, we can able to answer very specifically how far it's going to be useful under the each and every domains of healthcare.
Good afternoon, one and all. So I thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity to participate in the panel discussion. So artificial intelligence, we are living in an era of AI. So this AI can be used everywhere in all engineering and medical applications. Especially for me, when I talk about AI, definitely there is a boon, and it has a lot of applications in diagnostics, in disease diagnostics. It reduces the time, and also it can handle a huge amount of data within a short period of time that humans cannot do. Probably when humans do, probably they may do with an error, or they may take time, but this can be done within a fraction of a second. However, it has to be handled with caution. That's what I understand.
Thank you, sir. So it's nothing but another tool in healthcare system. By utilizing this particular tool, we can facilitate the healthcare delivery in a more accessible and appropriate and adequate level. That's what I am thinking.
Okay. Thank you everyone for this opportunity. When speaking about AI, earlier we had a recommender system for called as medical expert system, which help the doctors to take a decision. For example, a CT scan or whatever something. Now the CT scan now coming with a detailed report and highlighting what are the things and emphasizing what are the issues may be there and giving a more depth knowledge or information about the issues in the particular report. So that's the difference. Just by seeing a X-ray, earlier only the doctor can say what is the problem. Now even a common man can understand what is the problem by reading the report given by the AI. That is a development of AI nowadays in my perspective.
Okay.
Thank you.
So that was a very nice explanation by all the 4 panelists. I think you might have got a bird's eye view of what is artificial intelligence. Now we'll try to target individual panelists with other questions specifically framed for their domain. So I would request all the panelists to restrict the responses to 2 to 3 minutes max so that we can cover lots of questions. Okay, so first thing I will ask Dr. Prabhakaran, how do you see artificial intelligence, which is going to transform medical education in the next 5 to 10 years, especially in undergraduate as well as postgraduate training?
Certainly, to answer this, if we ask on any of the senior faculty, how could be the ideal PowerPoint presentation to be, they will immediately say the blank white background, 6 lines, 6 words. So if we are using any pictures or diagrams, they say it's a distraction. So hope the senior faculties will agree with me. But now we are moving towards distraction to attraction, because the students' attention span is reducing. They are bored of cognitive loads, too many wordings, too many cognitive wordings, linings, understandings may drain their energy and interest. So put something interesting. So creating PowerPoint using AI, bringing up colorful pictorial representations, using animations, and sometimes visual facilitations is very important nowadays. So we are more towards visually explaining the things. So that's how in medical education, uh, say for an example, if in research, so earlier we are going to show our manuscript to our guide or our senior faculties. So they will pinpoint the grammatical mistakes, our punctuations mistakes and everything. They will circle around it and they will point it out. Nowadays, we can find something, no grammar mistakes or any other errors, because we are paraphrasing or rephrasing the manuscripts before we are going to show our faculty or our senior professors. So this how it's going to be the very importantly, like if we ask any of the students sitting over there, if we see equally whomsoever has the Android mount or iOS phones, so just like a WhatsApp, most of us will have the Chat GPT in their phone, definitely. So, and Google Gemini or Perplexity, those who are using Geo Mobile or Airtel. So it's time for us to refine how the students should use ethically, or how it's intelligence, artificial intelligence. We can also put it as a smart intelligence, like how it is making things are lighter and easy understanding. To bring it out to postgraduates, from the shoes of postgraduate students in medical colleges, they can use Notion AI for their managements. Like they can think about the uh, digital logbooks or learning journal, writing journal things, or something like they can have a cross verification, or they can have some support, additional support for clinical diagnosis or clinical reasoning, and sometimes to even for taking off the clerical jobs also in their ward rounds or in their emergency ward and online emergency departments. If you see online dashboards also integrated with the AIs. So in many ways, in even public health, if you ask me, as Sir will be speaking on public health, I think so. Like beyond the we are in more than reactive. Now we are in predictive mode using AIs. We are figuring out the patterns and algorithmic things, or we are reading in more. And definitely next 10 years, how smart the faculties are going to be, how smart the students are going to be, it's definitely in AI's era. So we cannot omit that. We have to accept the shift in this. But only concern is how far it's depriving the thinking process, or is it challenging the students' individual cognitive power? Because 2 months, 2 3 weeks before, I was writing some summary in a pen and paper A4 sheet. I'm recognizing that after very long years, I'm writing more than one A4 sheet. So we used to be like typing it in laptop or computer. Just like that, our thinking process will be vanished maybe in 2 to 3 years if you don't give the prompts at least in your own thinking way to the AI. So things are going to be with AI. We
Yeah.
cannot differentiate. But again, AI is a broad category. So even technology enhanced learning also we are categorizing under the AI. Smart applications also we are categorizing into the AI as gamification, humanoids, robotics. Everything you are bringing under the AI umbrella, so we have to look into the
Understandably,
detail.
sir.
Yes.
Understandably. I hope my PowerPoint is okay with you, the background and the font. So, how many of you here are real pundits in making PowerPoint presentations? Just raise your hands. None? None of you are able to make PowerPoint presentations? Oh, good. Nice. Okay. All right. I think, as you said, sir, it cuts the other way also. Whenever we ask any questions to the postgraduates, nowadays the response is not to refer the book, but to refer the artificial intelligence, all the things you said, the chat GPT, the notebook element, all the stuff. Even for simple matters like calculations, they open the calculator on their mobile rather than thinking that process is being lost. Okay.
One thing I have to, sorry for disturbance.
Yeah.
We can't, the chat GPT is not reliable in some case. For example, last week I prepared a question paper using a I think computation, once complement computation. I give the answer. I asked the answer for the question, given the answer. But once I tried manually, my answer is different. Right? Again, I asked the chat GPT, I think the answer is wrong, please recheck. It's rechecked and then give the answer saying that, sorry, I missed one computation. So you can't, it's not that much reliable when you go for, when in some cases, you just don't copy paste. That's my experience. I have the screenshot of that. I can show the screenshot where ChatGPT is doing mistake in just taking a once complement for a 8-bit word.
Okay. Okay. So we will just move on. Dr. Sudhakar, so how is artificial intelligence influencing the research, especially in your field of tuberculosis research today, particularly in the early diagnosis, radiology interpretation, and prediction of treatment outcomes?
Yes, sir. It's an interesting question. So actually, artificial intelligence AI is placing a very significant role in disease diagnostics with reference to tuberculosis. Actually speaking, whenever the radiological data, mainly the tuberculosis diagnosis is clinically, mainly it is based on the symptoms as well as the screening of reading of chest x-rays. Actually, when you read a chest x-rays, definitely we need with experienced radiologists for doing that. And in a hospital, definitely we'll have radiologists. They can do interpretation of the result. Wherever, when you do it in a community setting, like in of a public health importance. For an example, you are screening a particular village or in a particular place. For an example, in a vulnerable population. For an example, in prisons, sometimes when you do TB screening in prisons, we cannot have all the clinicians and radiologists and everyone with people to go and do the screening and everything interpretation for days together. It has to be done within a period of 1 or 2 or 3 days. It has to be completed in a large screening, especially the chest x-rays. Now it is AI enabled. CAD is integrated in chest x-rays, and also in mobile van and all this kind of x-ray facilities available that can be read very quickly with the AI based interpretation, so that those who have some kind of abnormalities or any kind of lesions, immediately that can be referred for further diagnosis. So instead of doing, when you want to conduct a diagnostic test for all the symptomatic individuals, initially chest x-rays can be done, and based on the interpretation of results, we can go for further screening using sputum based microbiological tests can be conducted. For that, it has been very helpful, and especially in using AI, large data can be handled. First of all, one thing we have to mention here, now a lot of work has been going on related to AI-based diagnosis of tuberculosis. In ICMR also, there are 2 major projects which has been going on related to interpretation of the AI-based diagnosis of indication of TB. So first of all, for that we need first of all, training data sets are required. So data sets are very much important for, first of all, the AI should be trained based on the data sets which are available. And the data sets also should not be an homogeneous data set. And also the data set which has been used somewhere in some other population in abroad in that we can't use that the same thing here, because our population is different based on the socio-economic status, based on our this all of different characteristics are there. So in our population we have to train with a different kind of a population with a different characteristics. For an example, people with diabetes, people with HIV affected individuals, and with a different socio-economic status, both male and female, like that we have to include, and we have to train the data sets in with a huge number. For an example, 25,000 or 1 lakh, that kind of a data sets should be trained, and based on that we can go for the diagnosis. At present, work has been going on, and it has been a lot of importance has been given based on AI based reading of chest
Yeah,
X-rays.
in fact, even the treatment outcomes, lots of
Yes.
people started using the artificial intelligence in the form of pill counting and all the stuff, so you can predict patients
Yes.
are taking the medications on a regular basis, especially for diagnosis like tuberculosis, so that the treatment outcome is going to be positive, or the other way also.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for that.
One
sir.
more thing,
Yeah.
point out, apart
Sure.
from AI-based chest X-ray screening, there is a cough-based AI is also now recently it has come up,
Oh,
sir.
okay.
Based on the cough sounds, they are capturing the cough sounds, and they are training, developing a trained data sets to diagnose a TB. But we don't know. To some extent, it has been used, and A-based company, Swasa, which has been located at Bangalore, they have been doing, and they are
In
collaborating
fact,
with.
I was a part of that study.
Is it an
Yeah,
interesting?
so based on the patient's cough, we can diagnose what sort of a disease it could be, whether it is infective or if it is going to be interstitial lung disease based. And then we can be getting the reports on a regular basis from the patient's phone to our phone. And apart from that, we keep doing the peak
Yes.
flow meter, mobile based peak flow
Mobile,
meters.
yes.
So lots of innovations. No?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We'll go to Dr. Sivabalan, sir. So from both a physician's as well as a psychiatrist's perspective, so how do you see AI influencing the holistic care of the patients, especially those with coexisting physical as well as the mental health issues?
Yes, the holistic care means we have to evaluate every patient in a comprehensive way, in a biological aspect, in a psychological aspect, in a social aspect. But in our routine, busy clinical the settings, we do not have much time. So for every physician, they are seeing patient only according to their specialities. For example, the gastroenterologist, they evaluate only gastric symptoms.
Okay.
Cardiologist, they are evaluating only the cardiac symptoms. Other symptoms being referred to the subsequent department. So we are not evaluating any patient in holistically.
Okay.
But in chronic medical condition, so there is always comorbid psychological problems. These comorbid psychological problems is often ignored. These kind of depression, anxiety may have impact on that particular chronic medical condition treatment outcome. So which is not being evaluated because of limited time, because of limited, so many things. But when we develop this kind of AI tool to screen these kind of other symptoms, then which help the physician to evaluate in a biopsychosocial aspect rather than reduced symptomatic biomedical model. But at the end of the day, we can use this kind of AI tool as a clinic support system.
Okay.
So the ultimate management is with us, because the holistic care means we have to understand the patient with their emotional, their other psychosocial aspect. That is very essential for the human communication. So this is not being replaced, but we can utilize in this holistic care of the patient.
Okay, yeah. Thanks, sir. So we'll come to Dr. Rajesh. So from an information technology perspective, what are the key technological advancements which drives the rapid growth of AI in healthcare? And also, can you emphasize the gap between the hype of AI versus the real world adoption?
Okay. So, in my perspective, the infrastructure for AI in healthcare is one is the data what I get from the patients, the huge data, the enormous data what I get, then the model which learn the data and how it take the decision. and the hardware support to compute this huge amount of data, as Doctor said, heterogeneous data. So not a one type of heterogeneous data, and what is the feedback given by the decided by the system, that is the important. So the cloud computing support, that is very important. Then storage and access of the huge data set in the cloud, that is also important. I need a high computation power to process this data. Earlier we speak about Pentium processor. Now we're speaking about the GPUs, and we all heard about the NVIDIA. They come with a lot of computation power when dealing with the data. And edge computing is happening in some place. If I don't have internet, the doctor is going with a machine or any device to do a testing. There is no internet, but still the device should work locally, what we call as edge computing. And I should not transmit all the data to the cloud. I can take some local decision. And the medical devices are mostly, many of the devices are very small in sizes. For example, IoT based sensors, right? You where using tube cameras inserting inside your body, it's going to capture some information, and you have to bring the right information back to the doctor. These are the challenges when we apply AI for healthcare. And everything is, we call this real-time softwares and real-time hardwares. Everything is time critical, right? Even 0.001 nanometer is very important. When I'm doing a laser surgery, right, I can't accept even a 0.0001 mistake. So that is importance, very, very essential, very, very critical when we apply the AI for this medical application.
This is akin to your capsule-based or the robotic-based management decisions.
Nowadays, we have globally it's improved. The remote robotic surgery is improved. So the doctors may be somewhere. He will doing the operation from the remote process. So what plays major role here? Delay in the network. As a computer science perspective, right? You are engineers, right? And some people from medical field here. We are not going to be just users of the AI application. You are going to develop the AI application. You go and take the list of AI tools available. I mean, maybe NVIDIA, ChatGPT, or OpenAI, whatever it is. You have to see, see how many softwares or tools developed by our nation, right? We are depending all the clouds, either maybe Amazon or maybe IBM's or maybe NVIDIA or whatever cloud, we're depending on the other nations. And the data is very important. The patience of our nation data is very important, where we're storing everything in somewhere in the server. So, and the security issues also comes there, and the privacy issue also comes there. All this should be taken into consideration.
Okay.
So hardware, software, then the network plays a major role. It's very challenging doing remote operations in India, because in the Western countries, they are moved to the 6G. Now we are in between the 4 and 5G. The latency is very, very important. While even watching IPL match, there's a delay in one ball, it is not going to affect you. When doing a robotic surgery, the delay of even 0.001 millisecond delay will affect the whole operation. So these are as an engineer, as a developer engineer, this is one of the challenges you have to focus when you start doing your projects or your research.
Understandably so, yeah. So we'll come back to you, Dr. Kribakaran. Should the artificial intelligence literacy become a mandatory component of the medical curriculum? And what competencies should future doctors should develop in this area?
So very important question that you have asked me. So let me see how good I am answering to this. So, so AI literacy is very sir, everyone is discussing it as a health professions educationist. So every faculty, so there are two coins like faculties and students. So, but it's since because we are the initiators, we are from the provider position as a faculties. Because when I was discussing with the senior most medical educationist, the question which was asked, we were discussing, madam was asking me, like, do we still wanted to teach? Do we want to teach the student, or we want students to learn? These two lines carries lots of meaning. So hope you all agree with this. Do we want to teach the student, or student has to learn? So the first line is, so I will skew towards like 50-50, but still students has to learn is the 51% at least. And we are like, as a teachers, we give inputs, but the outcome is students learning. It's fine. So AI literacy. Basically, medical educationists and the clinicians are busy with their clinical practice or taking care of the patients, and they have very less time to spend with the teaching side. If you are in a busy morning OPD, you go for the ward rounds and you take care of the post-operative wards, and your young first year first year MBBS students or second year MBBS students follows you in your clinical postings. So how smart you are spending time to your students to teach. So as I'm involving in many other medical education associations now, we are conducting lots of online and offline AI medical education workshops. But one interesting thing is, every time you conduct in online or offline medical AI in medical education workshops, the hall is full. We never like found any time that the registration is less or something like that. The hall is full, seats are filled. Why? Because the reason is, the same person who attended AI workshop in 2025 is not dealing with the same AI tools or applications in 2026. Because every 2 months, when you go back to your smartphones and applications, update your ChatGPT or Perplexity, the tools are getting updated. As well, many other programs and softwares also getting launched in every year. But just like you have so many cars, but you buy whatever the car which is suitable for your economical status or your family need or requirement, you are going to pick it up which tool you are going to use for what reasons. As a medical educationist or a teacher, I like or enjoy notebook LLM. So that makes me to understand the conceptual learning using these things, adaptive learning, audio visual things, we can bring it up. And I'm very much interested nowadays in visual facilitation, visual learning, brings up infographics. So this is how. So we continuously train the faculties, and the faculties are developing their own very beautifully created PowerPoint presentations, or creating the videos, animations from this end. But from the student side, as I mentioned in my previous answering your previous questions, for creating their ICMR projects or any other departmental projects, or for their assignments, for the logbook maintenance, they rely on AI. So which has to be used ethically, but still the basic level. So how to, but if you ask any other like any other professions, we are using AI mostly in the domain of research for the review of literatures. As you all were answering, like it gathers lots of data, and it's very helpful for synthesizing what we wanted to bring it out. So it brings out all the data. We can, it's very helpful to write a review of literatures and discussions for your dissertation or your research projects. In that way, I can tell that AI is very helpful. But definitely we are training the students in communication skills, or like how to deliver the bad newses, or how we are training them to write the manuscripts, or how to write the prescription writing, and lots of trainings. And we are teaching them how to reference managements also. Similarly, we have to bring in like BCME trainings are given for the faculties and students. We are having the foundation course in the first years. We have to include at least one session how to use AI in their medical graduate students curriculum as well, and the faculties training also.
It will be soon implemented,
Yes.
sir, the artificial. So how many of you here have at least finished one AI course? Only one. How many of you have at least registered for the next AI course? You aren't interested in any AI workshops? I would strongly recommend you to do so, because the future is going to be AI. All right, I'll come back to Dr. Sudhakar, sir. So from an epidemiological perspective, can AI improve tuberculosis surveillance, or for that matter, any other disease, outbreak prediction, and identification of high-risk populations in our country?
Yes, sir, definitely. So in the epidemiological perspective, nowadays slowly AI has been integrated in tuberculosis surveillance. For an example, and also in outbreak prediction. For an example, all tuberculosis patients' data is available in NICSHI, in a portal called NICSHI. For an, in certain place or in a village or in a particular remote area, if there is some spike in the number of tuberculosis patients, using AI, that can be easily it can give an indication that there is compared to the previous year or in the previous months, there is some rise in the number of cases, so that we can give special attention and we can conduct some kind of outbreak investigation like that. Slowly it has been coming up in case of this kind of surveillance, especially in a larger population. When we handle integration of different type of data, like clinical data along with chest x-rays, along, and then microbiological data and their patients follow up and outcomes, those data can be integrated and that can be used for treatment monitoring and other different applications. And also, especially in the case of identification of high risk population, especially in countries like India, for an example, there are some vulnerable population, those especially occupational health workers or any cancer patients or diabetic patients, if they are affected with TB, that can be easily modified, that can be monitored, and that can AI has been used. AI-enabled tools has been very well. It can be used, and now recently, slowly, it has been integrated and it has been used. Probably
got
it
that,
may take
sir.
a few more years
It
to
will take
come
some
up.
time, but
Some time.
eventually that is going to be the rule. Yeah.
Definitely, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Professor Sivabalan, sir. AI-powered mental health applications and lots of chatbots are becoming increasingly common. So, do you believe they can genuinely support psychiatric care, or are there any risks of oversimplifying mental health issues?
Yes, there are many countries. The mental health issue, the burden is very, very huge. But particularly developing countries like India, so we are lacking mental health professionals. So the burden is huge, but the service delivery is very, very less.
Okay.
Apart from that, the people are having stigma and discrimination to meet any mental health professional. So AI chatbots may fill this particular gap for the early identification of some emotional distress, for giving initial support, psychoeducation. So these AI chatbots may be utilized for these purposes. But ultimately, the psychiatry is contextual and relational. Not every feeling of sadness is a depression. Not emotional instability, all is not a borderline personality disorder. So we have to evaluate. The human evaluation is very, very essential in those cases. For superficial emotional distress, the chatbot may be useful. But in a severe any mental health issues, definitely the mental health professional in-person evaluation is very, very needed, because the risk of oversimplification. So not all the human sufferings cannot be reduced into symptoms, right? So that is completely contextual that we have to evaluate. This is one of the potential challenges.
Very true, sir. That element of human touch should be always
Yes.
there for that.
Yes.
Thanks for your insights, sir. Thank you. Dr. Rajesh, healthcare data is highly sensitive. So how can institutions ensure that the data security, privacy, as well as cybersecurity while implementing AI-based systems?
Yeah, this already I said that we are keeping the patient's data. It's very highly secure. It's very similar to keeping a surveillance camera at the home, right? We storing all the data in the cloud. The cloud data is not in our country or not our home. So whatever digitally captured, it already have the traces everywhere. It may be the patient data or a photo what you take and you even delete it. So it's always risky. But we focusing as engineers focusing on increasing the security by adding encryption methods, by storing the data as a cipher data instead of a plain data, and enhancing the security and giving some level of authentication is happening. That's one of the, it's one of the very key challenges when we go for even not only the AI in the digital world.
Got that, sir. Yeah. So, Dr. Kribakaran, we'll come to the final rounds of the questions. So, with AI tools now capable of generating clinical summaries and answering medical questions, how can educators ensure that the students continue to develop critical thinking and clinical reasoning skills?
Surprisingly, sir, today morning, not for the purpose of preparing for this panel discussion, I found one of the article which is shared in the medical education group. When I opened that file, that I could able to find it out, which is very interesting to me, that it is about the usage of OpenAI version 1, which is used in the emergency department. They say it's compared between this tool and the postgraduate trainers. For the clinical decisions like diagnosis purpose, these AI tools have showed nearly 50 to 55% accuracy, whereas the postgraduate residents, first year or second year, that we have to look into that, but their thing is like almost only 47%. And which is very interesting to me is the clinical reasoning, the critical thinking, the AI OpenAI app like tool shows like 98%, which is almost to the centum of these accuracy. But whereas only 35% for the postgraduate thing. So I just went through the only abstract. I have to look into that, in which country they have conducted that study. But it is conducted in 2026 only. So the clinical reasoning, critical thinking, and diagnosis purpose. So AI plays the major role, but only thing is it can be the like a co-physician or like additional support to you, but it cannot be the like a clinician. What we can, the final decision taker should be with us. So due to the time
So
constraints,
the only question is whether the students are being blunted with their own critical thinking and clinical
definitely
reasoning.
the threat is there. So we are all in this phase of exploring the AI tools. We have not even thought about these things, because too much of AI dependency is there right now. So still furthermore researches to be needed in that arena. Thank you.
Hope it should plateau after some period of time.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Sudhakar, AI models are highly dependent on the data quality. So how do we address the concerns regarding incomplete data sets, the regional variations and bias in any research involving medical field?
Yes, sir. This is an important thing whenever AI-based models are concerned. So especially when you consider the data quality, sometimes the data is not complete, incomplete data is there, especially when you collect clinical data, when you handle a huge number of clinical data sets, sometimes the patient details may be missing, or that's kind of a missing data. It gives, we couldn't properly train that, and we couldn't get the, the answer from that. And also concerns regarding, apart from that incomplete data sets, the regional variations are there. As I mentioned in the earlier round, the AI based predictions simply we cannot follow from whoever who has developed based on the trained model from the available information available from some other Western population. Similarly, we cannot replicate that in our population, because
Very
our
true.
geographical population.
Very true, because especially in a country like ours,
Yes.
when it compared to the Western population, here the tuberculosis number of patients is on the
Yes,
higher
sir.
side with
Right,
varied
right.
presentations.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Yeah.
Similarly, when you talk about the genomic data, there is a lot of variation is there in our genomic nucleotide database. There will be a variation compared to our data, compared to South Africa and other Western population. There may be variation. So it has to be trained based on our own data sets derived from our population. And also, when we take the data sets, it should not be an homogeneous data. We have to collect whenever, even if we talk about tuberculosis, the tuberculosis affected individuals from different geographical population, and also from along with other comorbidities like diabetes and cancer, other vulnerable population, with malnourished population, and with like that. Those data should have been included. Then only we'll get.
Even nowadays, we can see very visibly there is a change from the diagnosis from the traditional sputum to the whole genome sequencing nowadays.
Yes, sir,
Yeah.
definitely. When
Thank
it is
you, sir.
linked, definitely within a short period of time, we can able to know about the mutations or drug resistance in TB.
Correct, yeah.
That can be easily
Because
interpreted.
that is becoming more rampant.
Yeah, it has a lot of value in nowadays, sir.
True, sir. True. Professor Sivabalan, sir. In a basic clinical practice, so can AI help identify early signs of conditions like depression, anxiety, burnouts, or cognitive decline that are pretty often missed in the routine clinical consultations?
Yes, as I already told, in our busy clinical schedule, we are spending very less time to evaluate all these aspects.
Yeah.
So definitely AA can have a role in evaluating these kind of the symptoms as early as possible.
Yeah.
But as regarding these kind of psychological and cognitive symptoms, we cannot completely rely only on the AI model because it is
Correct.
a humanistic evaluation is very, very needed.
Mm.
And apart from that, there are so many problem in evaluating these kind of personal mental health, the history and because, so these are all highly confidential information about the individual. So these kind of mental health data.
Yeah.
So how we are going to protect this data is very, very important because this confidentiality very, very essential in psychiatric. Then the humanistic evaluation also is very essential apart from this kind of AI tool support system.
Got that, sir. Thank you. I think this should be the last question for the panel discussion. Dr. Rajesh, one of the biggest concerns amongst the clinicians is the black box nature of the AI algorithms. So how important is explainable AI in healthcare applications?
Yeah, it's the expandable AI. It's one of the recent trend in AI technology. So usually AI model, you feed the input, it will give the output. But this model says, what are the reason for this give this output for that input? So that will help support the users to understand what's the logic, why you take the decision, and you can go and change the decision based on the process what it follows. So in healthcare, as you said, that is a recommended system. So even a doctor can understand why the model given this decision. So what may be the reason, and it is easy for them to trace out what may be the source or cause for the issue what they are diagnosing.
Okay, fine. So one last round of quick fire. I'll start with Dr. Kribakaran. So what is the most impactful artificial intelligence tool you have come across?
So, like, I'm also still in learning phase, but I'm really enjoying Notebook LLM. So that makes me a wow faculty nowadays. Whenever I go with some very beautiful PowerPoint presentations, and even sometimes I learn it through that Notebook LLM. And that one. And another thing is Notion AI, which I use to manage my digital diary. So how I'm fixing up my sessions, or how like preparing the things, deadlines, or these things I'm managing to using that as like a digital logbook for me. So with these things, I'm really very useful. Rest of the things are almost beneficial for the same purpose, but one who is comfortable with whichever, because AI usage, what we are exploring is totally into the medical education and research. Being an educationist, so I used to use it for the research purpose, as I mentioned, for the systematic review and meta-analysis kind of the write-up of manuscript in that manuscript style, or to create a interactive PowerPoint tools like real-time feedbacks and algorithmic longitudinal data, how many hours the students are spending in the learning management systems, so how many times they have logged in, so how many attempts they have made it to answer these MCQs, or these things. Real-time data are very helpful for me to assess the students' learning things, and it is also again useful for adaptive learning and personalized learning, because self-paced learning is very important nowadays. Students are learning at their own pace. They can learn at the evening times, or they can learn it from their home.
Yeah.
And personal and adaptive learning is most of us, like different types of students are here. So like they wanted to learning visually, they wanted to hear it when they drive the car or
Different
bike.
students, different
Yes,
perspectives.
audio voice. So
Got that. So
yeah.
we were so far discussing about the AI. So now just one question. So
Yes.
we use algorithms and all the stuff. We do use artificial intelligence. So who's responsible if it makes errors?
Yes, sir. Definitely, when you use algorithms using AI, definitely we should take responsibility, sir. Whatever AI tools use, definitely that should be interpreted, and finally, human interpretation should be there. Especially when related to medical records, you should not take any clinical decision based on the results obtained from AI. Definitely, it should be finally it should be confirmed by a clinician or a specialist in medical specialist. Then only the further confirmation should be, finally it should be confirmed. Similarly, in a biological data, it should be confirmed by a biologist instead of simply obtaining the data and taking it further. It should be confirmed by a biologist. So
Yeah.
both the clinical data and biological data, it should
Got
be
that.
yes.
Professor Sivabalan, sir, we do have lots of AI decision making tools. Now, how do we validate the content given by the AI?
So that's a very difficult one because even psychiatry, this is more difficult because every individual is different. Every individual value system is different. So our sentiments is different. Our emotion is different. So we cannot have common data about the mental health issues. That is the main problem for utilizing AI in the field of mental health. But we can still have so many, we can have algorithm by analyzing the behavioral patterns, the body languages, the emotional expression. So with these, we can have or we can create some model to identify some yearly emotional distress that may not be useful for complete psychological evaluation. For some distress, some human emotion is universal, whatever the personal bias is there.
True.
So we can have these kind of screening tool. That is the only the scope to have AI in the field of mental health, I
Perfect,
guess.
sir. Perfect. Yeah. Last question, Dr. Rajesh. Just wanted to ask you, we do have lots of wearables nowadays, artificial intelligence, wearables, remote monitoring, patient decisions. So are we looking a sort of a hospital at home in the near future?
Maybe in future, I don't know what the quote, the future 2030 or 50 or 60, I don't know, but maybe it's again it's a supporting system. Already we have a lot of devices at the home for checking the sugar or cholesterol and diabetes too. We have for even injecting insulin, everything is already there. Maybe in future we have that support system to extend the lifetime of the people. So maybe 20 or 30 years we'll get it.
Got that, sir. Got that. Thank you. So any questions from the audience to any of the panel members? Yes, ma. Can someone give a mic to her?
Good afternoon, sir. Myself Abu Farah, second year BPT student. So today you discussed about AI literacy. So I just wanted to ask, what specific digital literacy skills should physiotherapy students focus on now to be prepared for an AI integrated practice by the time we graduate?
Nice question. Any of the panel members can take that.
Okay. Sorry for asking you this. Can you repeat your question?
What specific literacy skills should physiotherapy students focus on now to be prepared for an AI integrated practice by the time we graduate?
Okay. So it's up to your future. You want to be in teaching side or you are going to practice? So if you are going to practice, everything is given, like everything you can learn it through the updation or any other research articles every time. So how we we are on lifelong learners. So we cannot think that our learning stops after we graduate. So your textbook ends after your course gets over, but you have to keep on learning newer articles. My head of the department used to say that choosing the articles is like buying a fresh vegetables. So you can read the about what topic you wanted to learn. That AI tools like even ChatGPT or Copilot will brings to you, and you can learn from that. But if you are going to be in teaching side, again, how to give the prompts nowadays, like how efficiently you are giving the prompts. But again, you can learn how to give the prompts also from AI only. We can say ChatGPT is the prompt master. But if you ask me how I am giving the prompt, I'm just talking to my girlfriend. I mean, to my wife or to my friend, I'm talking to my ChatGPT. So whatever you ask, until you get your answer, if you keep asking, uh, AI will take care of that part. So it's up to you what you want, how you are training your AI tool. So I think it's like our ChatGPT is my second brain. So it knows better about me. So whatever I search, like how I take decision, what I wanted to do, everything what ChatGPT knows. So like that, you have to train your AI tool, any tool which is comfortable to you. That is, access whichever your institutes or you can access, you can follow that AI tool. But again, I cannot tell you this tool is better because tomorrow or next month another better tool will be launched. So we cannot fix it to this any tool.
Thank you so much, sir.
You thought of this question or did you use the help of the AI?
I thought of this question, sir.
Good, nice. Okay.
But very good thing that you have asked a question.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, that's, you have to encourage her. Give a big hand.
Thank you.
Right. So any further questions? Anyone? Yeah.
Hi, good evening. So, while developing a software or an artificial intelligence model for predicting whether we have tuberculosis or not, it will have a large number of data sets. So, we will be able to implement it in the cities. But what about the smaller villages, those clinics? How we can build a lightweight applications to run there?
Okay.
This is what my
Anyone?
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a very right question and an important question. Especially AI-based tools, when we develop, when we use that, definitely we need infrastructure and other, internet connectivity. Everything should be there. In a small villages, definitely, when in like a primary health centers, when you want to get data, definitely it is challenging. Probably over a period of time, that may be government of India is doing a lot of expanding the infrastructure even in other remote places also. Probably that can be enabled in near future. But as of now, only in a research based setting, this in other villages, when you want to conduct any kind of a studies, we actually we use AI based tools have been enabled. But in a real scenario, probably it may take some time. The infrastructure can be will be developed, hopefully. Yes.
Anyone else? No? So if there are no further questions, I think all good things will have to come to an end. We had a nice session, had a nice group of panelists discussing about artificial intelligence. So by end of the day, there is one big question. Artificial intelligence is going to be replacing the doctors totally. It is wrong. It cannot replace the humanized touch for diagnosing or treatment of any diseases. The doctors will have to use it pretty cautiously in diagnosing as well as treatment for any of the conditions, but we'll have to utilize artificial intelligence. So I sincerely thank all my elite panelists for giving a thoughtful, thought-provoking information about artificial intelligence. Thank you, sir. And I sincerely thank the audience also for a nice interactive session. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, and respected panel members for such an engaging, insightful, and thought provoking discussion. Your valuable perspectives on artificial intelligence in healthcare have truly broadened our understanding of how technology can transform the future of medicine and patient care. As we reach the conclusion of this enriching and insightful panel discussion, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to our esteemed moderator and distinguished panel members for sharing their valuable time, expertise, and thought provoking perspectives in AI and healthcare. Your insights have not only deepened our understanding, but also has inspired us to explore the limitless possibilities of technology in transforming healthcare. We also extend our heartfelt thanks to the organizers, faculty members, student coordinators, and participants whose presence and active engagement made this session truly meaningful. Thank you all for being this part of this remarkable discussion. I request everyone to stand up for the national anthem.
Okay, let's start. Okay. जनगण मन अधिनायक जय गे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उत्कल दलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे जागे तब शय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद. Thank you.